This is Tatya, and welcome to the It's Wrestling Time post show. It is Wednesday, September 20th, 2023, and tonight I'll be talking about AEW Grand Slam. Okay, so we got quite a few things to talk about. Let's talk about this AEW International title match between Fenix and Jon Moxley. Now, this was a really good match. And, I was really surprised by the outcome. And I think a lot of people were. Hell, it looked like Fenix himself was surprised by the outcome. I mean, that look on his face when he actually beat Jon Moxley was, like, he looked genuinely surprised. And so was I. And I think everybody was, because, I was not expecting Fenix to beat Jon Moxley here. So what ended up happening was Fenix did the fisherman's carry. He did that twice. Now, the first time, it looked like the ref botched. He botched the 3 count, and then Fenix had to do the move again, and then he won. Now, there is a report, Mike Johnson, a PWI insider, reports, and I quote, "As you may have seen, the finish to Jon Moxley versus Fenix when Moxley did not kick out after a move as planned. So that's why it looked like a botch. He didn't kick out like he was supposed to. Fenix quickly nailed Moxley again and scored the 3 count, winning the AEW International title. Moxley was checked by doctors for a long time before sitting up and walking out. Backstage, the belief is Moxley may have suffered a concussion." So it seems like Jon Moxley suffered a concussion. Yeah, because that looked bad. That one spot at the end. So hopefully he's okay. Hopefully we get an update. But this was a really good match. It's unfortunate that Jon Moxley had to suffer a concussion. But hey, I really did enjoy the match. And like I said, I was surprised Fenix won. But let me know your thoughts on the match. Were you guys surprised? Were you guys expecting Fenix to win here? Let me know in the comment section or in the live chat. So we have another thing to talk about, and that is the title for title match, Claudio Castagnoli versus Eddie Kingston. Now, this match actually opened open Grand Slam. So this was a really good, fun match. And now I was a little surprised that this opened because I kind of thought it would main event, but then I forgot MJF and Samoa Joe were main eventing. So it made sense that this match main evented. The crowd was really hot. They were on their feet. They were cheering Eddie Kingston. This match was freaking great. I honestly part of me thought that Claudio Castagnoli would retain here. Commentary made note of the fact that they fought in 12 single matches before, and 10 out of those 12 single matches, Claudio Castagnoli has won. If you guys remember, Claudio did say that if whoever won, they would shake their hand. And yeah, Eddie Kingston won with the Northern Lights bomb and then back fist and a power bomb to Claudio Castagnoli. And Claudio kept his word. He shook Kingston's hand and then he gave him the belt. So this was an incredible way to kick off AEW Grand Slam. What a phenomenal match. And now that makes Eddie Kingston a double champion, as he is now the New Japan Strong open weight champion, as well as a Ring of Honor World Champion. So congrats to Eddie Kingston. Much deserved. So happy for him. And especially in his home state of New York. Oh my God. Incredible moment for Eddie Kingston, I'm sure. Eddie Kingston's next challenger may be Mike Santana. Ooh, I could definitely see that happening. Maybe we'll see it on this special 2-hour Rampage. So there's one more thing I want to talk about. At Final Battle. Oh, okay. Final Battle. I could definitely see that happening. So let's talk about Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara. This was also a good match. Really good match. As Sheamus would say, it was banger after banger after banger after banger. This was fantastic. Sammy Guevara came out with the lights were off, like his vest that he normally wears was lit up, and Mont Easy performed his song. Now, commentary made note of the fact that Sammy Guevara was paying homage to Chris Jericho's WrestleMania 19 attire, the very WrestleMania where Chris Jericho fought HBK. I think one of my first spots in this match was when Sammy Guevara does his pose in the ring, and then Chris Jericho does it next to him. That was hilarious. Another spot that I liked on here was when Sammy Guevara was attempting to do the shooting star, and Chris Jericho countered with the code breaker. I thought that was really good. Speaking of code breaker, Sammy Guevara doing the code breaker to Chris Jericho. Another counter that I liked was when Chris Jericho countered the GTH with the walls of Jericho. I thought that was a pretty cool counter. Now, Chris Jericho was victorious. And you remember Sammy Guevara said that he needed to beat Chris Jericho. He needed to win this match. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So they both shake hands and they hug. Now, they made it seem like after this match was over, eventually they would go on and win the tag titles, because that's what the whole point was, for them to win and eventually challenge for those tag titles. That's not going to happen, because Sammy Guevara recreating the spot, Chris Jericho spot with HBK at WrestleMania 19, gave Chris Jericho a low blow. Then, Don Callis came out, and Sammy Guevara left with him. Though we're going to reveal their plans or their intentions, I guess we're going to get Sammy Guevara's explanation as to why he turned on Chris Jericho on Rampage. And then, there was this one spot when they go backstage, and Sammy Guevara gets face-to-face with Daniel Garcia, but Don Callis interrupts and says that Daniel Garcia is money. So, Michael 101591, if he's watching, he totally called this. He said Sammy Guevara was going to turn heel, and he did. And the way it made sense, because Sammy Guevara lost, so he was going to turn heel. Had a lot of fun at the show. Yeah, I bet you did. This was a fantastic show. I'm jealous. This was a fun show. Hopefully someday I can go to Grand Slam. But damn, this was a really incredible show. Okay, so now let's talk about the show itself. So after, like I said, Claudio versus Eddie Kingston, opened the show. So after that, let me see. Sammy's heel turn mirrors that of Jericho's WrestleMania heel turn. Yeah, I just said that. Yes, you did. You called Guevara turning heel. You said that way before. All right. So we had this really funny segment with Roderick Strong. If you guys remember, I'll try. I definitely will. So you guys remember, Samoa Joe laid out Roderick Strong again, and he got wheeled out on that stretcher last week. And he was just screaming for Adam. Oh my God. So we had this really funny hospital scene where the Kingdom is at Roderick Strong's bedside and they're reading cards from the fans, which I thought was so hilarious. And then Matt Taven and Mike Bennett are dressed in all black because they're mourning. And then Adam Cole shows up wearing a red t-shirt, and Matt Taven calls him out for wearing that. And Matt Taven says they had to go become number one contenders for the Ring of Honor tag titles. The funniest thing is that Adam Cole's telling Roderick Strong that, see, that hospital scene was hilarious. It was hilarious. He's telling Roderick Strong that he's got to go. And Roderick Strong's on that hospital bed, and you just see him lifting his bed up. He's off. It was the most hilarious thing. And he just tells Adam Cole to go. This was a really funny segment. Oh my God, I was laughing. But what did you guys think of this segment? Roderick Strong, you know what? I think he would make a really good comedy wrestler. He's proven that he's hilarious. We get a quick Christian Cage interview where he's basically talking about how he was challenging Darby Allin to a 3-way match with him and Luchasaurus on Collision. And if Darby Allin accepts Sting as banned from ringside. So you can see where that's going. We get MJF promo, and he's basically talking about how he's going to choke out Samoa Joe later on in his match. And he's going to do it in front of his people, the New Yorkers. And during this, Roderick Strong calls Adam Cole. You can hear Adam Cole tell him, you're not gonna die, dude, which I thought was so hilarious. Just like, poor Roger, that neck injury is never going to heal at this rate, right? That neck, he's gonna have to wear that neck brace for the rest of his life, it seems. Well, this was a little good segment here. We get Samoa Joe promo basically saying he is gonna beat MJF down, not only in his hometown, but in front of his people. And that he's gonna finish taking what he tried to take from him all those years ago. It won't be his future, it will be his championship. Hi, yes, it is wrestling time, right? And I'm wearing blue. We get the AEW Women's Title match. It's Saraya versus Toni Storm. And honestly, I did not think this was a bad match. I actually really liked it. Like, you had Toni Storm, like, her whole new character is actually pretty cool. I'm really digging her new character here. What about you guys? You guys liking Toni Storm's new character? Okay. And like, I mean, she kissed Saraya during this match. She took the turnbuckle off the rope and she tried to do a hip attack, but she missed. You know, she hit the Storm Zero. You would think that would be over, but it wasn't. Like, Saraya was victorious. I was gonna say, like, if Saraya would have lost this match, like, it would have felt some type of way because her title reign would have been so lackluster. But Saraya won. And no lie, I don't know about you guys, but like, I honestly kind of thought maybe Mercedes Moné was gonna come out because they kept focusing on Saraya and on Ruby as commentary was talking. So I was like, is somebody gonna come out? Like, is something happening? Like, what's going on here? They were just focusing, they just had her camera on her for a while now. Like, so I kind of thought, okay, they're stalling, someone's gonna come out, but nope, nobody came out, nobody made their debut. So I was kind of wondering what that was about. But I think Toni Storm was gonna go crazy like Chelsea Green once did. Oh yeah, when she was when yeah, I know who you're talking about. When she was a hot mess, or Van Ness. Yeah, I remember. I know you're talking about. But yeah, you know, I think Toni Storm can pull off a crazy gimmick like that. So the main event was the AEW World Title match, MJF versus Samoa Joe. And one of the things that I thought that I liked about this was even before the match started, you had MJ. Have you guys ever seen that Bret Hart? I think it's like a commercial where he is walking. There's a dad and a little boy, and like he has his glasses and he does the whole turn, gives the little boy the glasses. Like MJF spoofed that, except he gave the scarf to the little kid. And he whispered something to the little kid, and he was basically saying that the little kid was adopted. I actually really like this, that he spoofed it. And he also comes out wearing Buffalo Bill colors. And interesting enough, Adam Cole, baby, was not at ringside with him, despite the fact that he said he would be. You know, Samoa Joe disrespected the Buffalo Bills here by like ripping a piece of MJF's attire and then he like wiped his body with it. So like, ow. I like Toni Storm's new intro. Yeah, her new intro is like fantastic. Like MJF bit Samoa Joe throughout this whole match. He bit him on the head, on the knee. I was like, what the heck is going on here? He's just biting him left and right. The crowd popped when MJF did the kangaroo kick to Samoa Joe. MJF pulling off the Bret Hart fan promo made me think nostalgia, right? I was like, he's totally like spoofing Bret Hart there. That was fun. Oh my god, the one spot that made me like want to shield my eyes was when Samoa Joe did Death Valley Driver to MJF on the ring apron. I laughed when Joe took that cloth and wiped his fire hose on it. Or how about when he hit the pile driver to MJF on that exposed concrete? That looked like ouch, like it hurt. You know, you had the doctors all come in on MJF, and he still did not kick out. Like, there was this one spot where Samoa Joe put MJF on the sleeper, but he escaped and he gave Samoa Joe the low blow after he grabbed the ref. That was crazy. I'm surprised MJF didn't bleed, right? Like, I'm really surprised he did not bleed during this because that looked brutal. So, like, while that happened, like, you could see MJF put on the dynamite diamond ring, but Samoa Joe, like, knew what was going to happen. So he threw, like, the ref in front of him and prevented MJF from hitting him with that dynamite diamond ring. The ref caught him. And then MJF put Samoa Joe in the sleeper. Well, he tried to, but he wasn't able to at first. So Samoa Joe like returns the favorite and low blows MJF and then hits a muscle buster. Like, no lie, I kind of thought it was over at that point. I was like, oh my god. But no, MJF managed to kick out. And Samoa Joe has MJF in the sleeper. You see Adam Cole come running down. Now, it kind of looked like Adam Cole might have tweaked his knee or something. I haven't read any reports if he got injured or anything. I really hope he didn't. But it looked like he was limping afterwards. And, the ref somehow ended up falling out of the ring because Adam Cole caused a distraction. And, like, MJF choked out Samoa Joe with this rope. So MJF delivered what he said he was going to do. He was going to choke out Samoa Joe, and he did. So there was this one spot where, like, MJF is, like, hugging the ref after he comes back in, and Cole's, like, putting the string in his pocket because he doesn't want the ref to see. And Joe was about to attack Samoa Joe was about to attack Adam Cole, but MJF put himself in between. No lie. I kind of thought for a second there, okay, is it going to happen? Like, is Adam Cole going to attack MJF? But nope, that didn't happen. Like, Joe extended his hand to MJF, and then both men shook hands, and, like, MJF was, like, celebrating. It was a great way to end the show. And honestly, like, this was a fantastic show. I can't really find one thing to complain about. Let me see. Sean Spears' 10 out of 10 show. Good luck watching Rampage and getting through Julia Hart Sky Blue. It went on too long. Oh, it did? Okay. I know Rampage is 2 hours, so overall, this was a fantastic show, top to bottom. Honestly, like, it looked like so much fun. I could only imagine how great the show must have been there live, because this was really fun. So if I would rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a Sean Spears perfect 10 out of 10. And did you? No, I did not, because I felt like, what, it was a great show. There's not much I could complain about. So if this would have been a terrible show, then yeah, I probably would have. So Sean Spears, 10 out of 10. Great show. Thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys. I don't know if I'm going to review Rampage because it is 2 hours. Or might just do SmackDown. I'm not sure yet. So if I don't see you guys Friday after SmackDown, I'll see you guys Friday after Rampage. Bye.